Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning, Mayor Brandon Scott. Good morning, Commissioner Worley. Good morning, Governor Westmore. Good morning, Kweisi and Mfume. Good morning, President Biden. Good morning, Eric Barron. Good morning, Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. Because this is going to be a very highly popularized case. To dismantle a master's house, you got to use the master's tool. Social media for social change. Starbucks and Shorty. All right? Starbucks and Shorty. We've been in America for over 400 years. You stole us from Africa like slaves. You made us slaves. You stole us from Africa. You took us from our homeland and brought us to America. I applied for Martin Luther King's job and y'all got mad. I applied for Martin Luther King's job on February the 6th, 2011. I put it in front of the Towson Courthouse. That's the state prosecutor's office. So you can get all this from the state prosecutor's office. That's Kweisi and Mfume, Mayor Brandon Scott, Johnny Oleski, making a movie about the Democratic Party and the money you make off black bodies in 2023. That's the United States Postal Service. That's my postal ID number, all right? And this goes from 2008 till now, from 1/2/2008 till the present date. So everything that Westmore got, everything that Sarbanes got, Lierman got, Brandon Scott, Johnny Oleski, Kweisi and Mfume, on down the line. And I put it like this, all right? I put you out there just like this. So it's all documented, because it's a documentary about being black in America. You feel me? That's Senator Ben Cardin. That's Theroux. That's Governor Westmore. That's Ivan Bates. And this is 2010. I am Dred Scott. I gave you this in 2010. That's Sean Yost. You see this? This is all about Baltimore. That's the United States Senate. And that's McFadden. That's 2013. All right? That's Senator Ben Cardin. He got this. I was making a documentary. And that's my film. The toilet is nothing but a prop for the movie. You feel me? A prop for the movie. Anthony Brown got this. Like I said, it's mail receipts. Bill Henry got this. Ryan Dorsey got this. You feel me? Let's go directly to Ivan Bates, and we're going to talk about my faith. This is the learning tree, all right? And you're going to learn something today. It's the learning tree. You're going to learn about Baltimore and the politics. That's parole and probation, all right? Parole and probation. 2007, 2008. That's Mother Africa, Pam Africa and Shorty, and Cynthia McKinney and Shorty. All right? You see who he is. Carl Snowden, the NAACP. And that's Martin Luther King. We're marking the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. So this is my contribution to the cause. You feel me? This is my contribution to the cause. We're going to open up doors about being black in America. That's Franksky from 92Q, WHUR. That's Franksky. That's the Baltimore Orioles. And that's WJZ. All right? Playing Operation Dominoes. That's Detective Collins, Internal Affairs. All right? I never got a trial. Y'all never investigated the police that came in my house. And you see who that is? These are our elected officials. Block party gets bigger and better. I'm the video vigilante. Got a story called Shorty, and my number ain't changed. It's all about Baltimore. Book, movie, Supreme Court, and a lawsuit. I was kidnapped by the state of Maryland. I was kidnapped. Slavery didn't end, it just evolved, all right? And I gave you the good kind of trouble. I gave you what John Lewis gave you. I gave you what Martin gave you. I gave you from Selma to Montgomery. Yeah, I gave it all to you. I gave you what Martin said. Like I said, it's the anniversary of Martin Luther King's 60th March on Washington. So I did what Martin did. I gave you a can of whoop ass. Y'all wrote a check with insufficient funds. No, you got voter suppression and $250 million. That's the community meeting. And that's my producer, Rob Fix. Like I said, Letters Design. It's a tapestry of Baltimore. All right, my life from 1959 to now. So tonight at the meeting, make sure you bring all your information. Make sure you bring this paperwork, because it's very, very documented. It's very, very clear. Commissioner Harris came to town. I told you, do your job or lose your job. I told you to quit. I was kidnapped and illegally incarcerated by the state of Maryland. So tonight at this public safety meeting, you're going to learn something. You feel me? This is me, Dwayne G. Davis. That's Mr. Fields, the Baltimore County lawyer. And I told him I was filing a suit. That's in 2012. All right? 2012. Notice of intent to sue. If I don't get no justice, that means I can file a class action lawsuit. A class action lawsuit for like $12 billion against the state of Maryland. A class action lawsuit about your prison industry, about your illegal incarcerations, about your police protecting your corruption. Kidnap. I'm going to give you the good kind of trouble. So tonight at 6 o'clock, be at the church. Be at the church, because we're going to put this on the steps of the church. You feel me? Everything I've been doing since 2006, we're going to put out here on the table. Because like I said, ain't no law against making a movie. That's President Biden. That's the Supreme Court. That's President Biden and the Supreme Court. And I get a trial, because I never got a trial. I get to go to the Supreme Court. That's a legal notice. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. I ain't a jailhouse snitch. I never got a trial. 07-CF4988. That's from 2007. And you see who got it? Governor O'Malley, Governor Quinn, Attorney General, and President Obama. So Westmore, you got it now. So what are you going to do? I want more. Congressman Cummings had it. President Trump had it. It's about your corruption in your courts. And I got your mail receipts. It's documented for a documentary, The Real Westmore. That's Congressman Cummings and Jason Newton from WBAL. That's Lake County, Illinois. Dwayne G. Davis, 1402 Lochner. All right? That's the Baltimore Sun, ABC, and 98 Rock. I told you to release all material to the voters then, and you didn't do it, about parole and probation and Governor O'Malley. That's Judge Bell and Shannon Sneed. These are your elected officials. That's Nick Mosby, Marilyn Mosby, and that's the Department of Justice. Remember the Stop Snitching video from 2006? Well, we're going to see who's going to snitch on who. GOP Carter blew the whistle on Kathleen Pugh. Well, I'm blowing the whistle on GOP Carter. We're going to see what you're going to do. You see who that is? That's Delegate Stephanie Smith. You see who that is? You see who that is? That's Senator Ben Cardin. In regards to your documentary, I would not be able to appear. You are part of the documentary. The documentary is about Baltimore and your politics and your politicians. You feel me? So in 2023, if y'all want to stay out of jail, I think you should start snitching. Like y'all said, dismantle a master's house. That's Governor O'Malley. And Governor O'Malley created a mob machine, a criminal enterprise, just like D.C. Stevenson from the 1920s. You see that? That's the date. That's how long I've been following you, Gov. When you was a councilman, when Kirk Smoke was mayor, when Governor Schaefer was in office. That's my Storm Falls Road. So we're going to follow the money. You see that? That's 2019. That's the Department of Justice. All right? And that's Westmore. The Department of Justice ain't investigated my incarceration yet. The Department of Justice ain't investigated you yet. You got this. You feel me? You got this. Like I said, it's all about Governor O'Malley and his mob machine. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And y'all ain't beat me yet. I'm still standing. They will congratulate a person doing the same thing as you, just not you, just because it's you. You see who that is? Tiffany Harvey from the Attorney General's office. That's me and PFK Boone. That's Abdul Salam and Tawanda Jones. That's me shutting shit down. I'm an activist. That's my mother. On February the 2nd, 2011, my mother died from cancer and y'all kidnapped me. You stole me. Just like Dred Scott. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? I applied for Martin Luther King's job. Letters from a Birmingham jail. And I gave it to you. Letters from a Birmingham jail. You see who got it? Marilyn Mosby had it. See who got it? See who got it? See who got it? He was Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown, and you participated in this. So this is going to reach in high places. House of Cards, real life. I was making a movie, and that's my dungeon. You feel me? I'm the founding member of the Baltimore block. And we're going to roll the cameras on y'all today. The media wars are real. That's mutual brother and insurance. I was insured when I did this. That's Robin Hood. That's Governor Westmore's nonprofit. That's the Maryland Legislative Black Caucus. See the date? 1402 Lochner, 2009. I started this in 2006. You see who that is? Eric Holder, Mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake, and my lawyer, Mr. Bailey. See the date? 2010, 1402 Lochner. And you got this. These are the people that got this. And it was notarized. It's legal in any court in America. Everybody got this. You feel me? You got this, so you got to pull it out. That's President Obama. That's Jill P. Carter. That's Carl Sullivan, Governor Hogan's administrative assistant. That's Delegate Stephanie Smith. That's Judge Carrion. You feel me? That's Senator Cardin's, Senator Cardin's, Van Hollen, and Mayor Brandon Scott, and Kweisi and Mfume. Y'all wrote a check that y'all can't cash. $250 million in a class action lawsuit for $12 billion. We're going to talk about Maryland's politics, the new faces of old Jim Crow, the money you make off black bodies. That's Mayor Stephanie Rollins Blake. That's Sheila Roof. And that's Governor Hogan. Shorty, you got snakes in the church. Better keep your eyes on them. All right? I'm with Runners for Justice. I'm also an advocate. You feel me? Dwayne Shorty Davis. Amnesty International, because that's where I'm going next. I'm going to ask for amnesty from the United States of America. You feel me? That's Peter Francott and Brian Frosch, 2016. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. That's Judge Barbera. That's Marilyn Mosby. That's Stephanie Smith. And that's Judge Carrion. This is Exhibit 3. Special Agent Jason from the FBI in Chicago, Illinois. You got an FBI file on me. You're going to have to pull it. That's the Department of Justice, Eric Holder. So we clear on this? At this meeting tonight, Mayor Brandon Scott got evidence and knowledge of corruption. He'll go to corruption on social media. It's Martin Luther King's 60th March on Washington, Jobs and Justice. And I want my justice. I'm doing my job. The story of Job. I'm ready.